Europe thought they had seen it all, until American semi-trucks rolled in. Massive engines, chrome that blinded the sun, and power levels Europe never believed were real. These weren't just trucks, they were rolling thunder. And when they hit European roads, jaws dropped, regulations shook, and history was rewritten. Get ready, because these are the 10 American semi-trucks that shocked Europe to its core. Number 1. Peterbilt 379. The moment a Peterbilt 379 appears on a European road, everything around it suddenly feels smaller. European drivers are used to compact cab-over trucks designed to meet strict length regulations, navigate tight roundabouts, and squeeze through narrow historic streets. But the Peterbilt 379 is none of those things, and that's precisely why it shocked Europe so deeply. With its towering chrome grille, endless hood, and upright exhaust stacks, the 379 looks like a rolling monument to American trucking culture. It was never designed for efficiency or compact maneuverability. Instead, it was designed to dominate open highways, pull massive loads for thousands of miles, and make the driver feel like the king of the road. So when this machine entered European festivals and highways, it instantly became an icon. Europeans were stunned by the sheer size of its wheelbase, often exceeding anything legal for local markets. The 379's hood alone is longer than many entire European cabins. Drivers accustomed to sitting directly above the engine suddenly found themselves far behind it, steering what felt like a land yacht. Even more surprising was the engine power. The 379 came with Cat, Cummins, or Detroit diesel engines, producing enormous torque, much more than what European fleets used at the time. Inside the cabin, the sleeper felt more like a miniature apartment than a truck bunk. American interiors were filled with wooden trims, leather, and custom comfort features. For Europeans used to practicality and regulations, the Peterbilt 379 was a beautiful shock. A truck that represented freedom, power, and pure American soul. Today, it remains one of the most imported American trucks into Europe for shows and private collections. Number 2. Kenworth W900. The Kenworth W900 is perhaps the most recognized American semi-truck ever made. Seen in films, television shows, and music videos, it carries an almost mythical status. But nothing could prepare Europeans for seeing a real W900 rumbling on their narrow roads. Its massive stretched nose and diamond-shaped grille make it look like royalty among trucks. Where European cabovers strive for practicality, the W900 is built for presence, big, bold, and unapologetically American. What shocked Europe most was its length. A standard W900 with a studio sleeper makes even the largest European truck feel compact. It literally dwarfs everything around it. For drivers used to Scania, MAN, Volvo, DAF, or Mercedes cabs, the W900 felt like stepping into a different universe. The hood stretched so far ahead that European drivers joked you needed binoculars just to see the end of it. Then came the engine. The W900 often carries engines producing 550-700 horsepower. Numbers that were once unimaginable for European fleets focused on fuel consumption and emission regulations. The sound alone, deep, thunderous, impossible to ignore, left crowds stunned at European truck festivals. Inside, the W900 delivered the spacious, luxurious American sleeper experience. Full-sized beds, massive storage cabinets, custom lighting, soft leather seats, and intricate dashboard gauges. All of this felt exotic to European drivers who had never seen such a mix of comfort and style in a truck. The Kenworth W900 didn't just shock Europe, it inspired countless enthusiasts to import American rigs and start showcasing them at events like Master Truck Poland and Scandinavian shows. It became a symbol of the wild American road spirit crossing the Atlantic. Number 3. Mack Superliner. The Mack Superliner was not just a truck, it was an attitude, a machine built for unforgiving environments and extreme workloads. When this beast entered Europe, it immediately stood out for its brutally tough design and iconic bulldog emblem proudly mounted on its hood. Europeans had seen rugged trucks, especially in construction and military sectors, but the Superliner felt like a force of nature. The first shock came from its size and stance. The Superliner seemed impossibly tall, wide and muscular compared to European trucks optimized for regulations and efficiency. Its chassis design looked overbuilt by European standards. Massive steel beams, reinforced axles, and components meant for mining, logging, or crossing endless American highways. But the true surprise was the engine power. The Superliner often ran massive Mack or Cummins engines, some exceeding 600 to 700 horsepower, designed to pull monstrous loads across the United States and Australia. Europeans, used to emissions-optimized engines with limited displacement, were stunned by how effortlessly the Mack pulled trailers up steep gradients. Inside, the Superliner offered a surprisingly luxurious American sleeper. Europeans, accustomed to efficient but smaller cabins, found themselves staring at a room-like interior with full-length beds, real wooden cabinetry, and even space for microwaves or TVs, comforts rarely seen in European rigs of that era. The Mack Superliner didn't just impress Europe, it intimidated it. It represented a version of trucking that Europe had never attempted. Raw, unfiltered power combined with extreme durability. Today, the Superliner remains a star attraction at European truck festivals, where its presence still commands instant respect. Number 4. Freightliner Classic XL. No truck looks more American than the Freightliner Classic XL. It's the definition of old-school trucking. Giant chrome bumper, huge square hood, tall exhaust stacks, bright marker lights, and enough shiny metal to blind you on a sunny day. Europeans used to aerodynamic, polished, fuel-efficient trucks suddenly found themselves staring at a rolling wall of chrome. The Classic XL shocked Europe for one simple reason. It looked like it drove straight out of a Hollywood movie. European trucks from Volvo, Scania, and Mercedes were built to achieve drag efficiency. The Classic XL, meanwhile, was built to look good. It carried a bold, boxy design that completely ignored aerodynamics in favor of style and raw presence. And Europe, with its stricter highway regulations, had simply never seen anything like it. Then there was the engine. Typically a massive Detroit Diesel Series 60 or Cat engine, known for its growling roar and immense torque. Europeans who climbed inside for the first time were stunned by how spacious and comfortable the interior felt. American sleepers weren't just beds, they were living quarters. What really shocked Europe was the way the Classic XL transformed any road it drove on. It made highways feel like American interstates, turning heads everywhere. At truck festivals like Master Truck Show and Truckstar Festival, the Classic XL frequently steals the spotlight, drawing massive crowds eager to photograph the legendary rig. In a continent focused on efficiency and practicality, the Freightliner Classic XL was a defiant, chrome-covered spectacle, an unforgettable shock to European trucking culture. Number 5. Western Star 4900. The Western Star 4900 is unlike any other American truck, and Europe was not ready for it. While Peterbilt and Kenworth impressed with style and chrome, the 4900 shocked Europe with its handcrafted build quality and almost military-level durability. Western Star trucks are famously hand-built, and the 4900 carries an aura of craftsmanship that Europeans rarely see in production trucks. The truck looked like a rolling fortress, with an extremely heavy-duty chassis, oversized components, and reinforced steel everywhere. European trucks, designed for strict weight limits, appeared delicate in comparison. The 4900 was engineered for brutal industries, logging, mining, oil fields, where survival mattered more than regulations. The 4900's sleeper cabins shocked Europe with their luxury. Hand-stitched leather, polished wood interiors, thick insulation, and massive storage compartments made the truck feel like a mobile hotel room. Even high-end European trucks like Volvo FH16 or Scania V8 felt small and minimalistic beside the handcrafted American interior. Performance-wise, the 4900 delivered jaw-dropping torque and power thanks to engines like the Detroit Diesel DD15 or Cummins ISX. European drivers were stunned by how effortlessly the truck hauled heavy loads, even on inclines that challenged local rigs. But the biggest shock was how rare and special the 4900 felt. It wasn't mass-produced, it was built with attention to detail, making every unit feel custom. Europeans admired this uniqueness, and the Western Star quickly became a favorite among collectors who wanted a machine that made a statement. Number 6. Peterbilt 389. Europe thought it had seen the peak of American trucking shockwaves with the Peterbilt 379 until the Peterbilt 389 arrived. A modernized version of the classic long-nose American truck, the 389 brought everything Europeans loved about the 379, but bigger, louder, more powerful, and far more technologically advanced. The first thing that stunned Europe was the 389's impossibly long hood. Many Europeans didn't believe a truck this large could legally operate on their roads. The presence of the truck itself was a statement, an unmistakable silhouette with chrome shining like a polished mirror, giant air cleaners, roof lights, and enormous stacks stretching toward the sky. Under the hood, the 389 often carried 600-plus horsepower CAT or Cummins engines, delivering raw torque numbers that European trucks rarely matched. The sound alone, deep, rumbling, and authoritative, made crowds gather whenever a 389 started up at festivals like Master Truck Poland or the Truckstar Festival in the Netherlands. But what shocked Europeans most wasn't just its exterior, it was the interior luxury. The 389's sleeper cabins offered space and amenities unheard of in Europe's efficiency-driven market. Soft leather, real oak or maple wood trims, entertainment systems, refrigerators, thick mattresses, and dozens of personalization options made it feel like a premium apartment on wheels. At a time when Europe was moving toward aerodynamic designs and emission-friendly engines, the 389 stood out like a rebel. It celebrated old-school trucking heritage with modern performance. For many Europeans, the Peterbilt 389 became the ultimate expression of American trucking culture, bold, beautiful, and absolutely unforgettable. Number 7. International Lone Star. When the International Lone Star first appeared in Europe, most people didn't even realize it was a production truck. They thought it was a concept machine or a movie prop. Its design was unlike anything Europe had ever seen, a mix of retro, futuristic, and downright alien. Europe has always embraced practical, aerodynamic shapes, but the Lone Star looked like something from a parallel universe. A massive stainless steel grille shaped like a battleship bow, dramatically curved fenders, sculpted side panels, a sleek yet monstrous silhouette. It was bold, it was flashy, it was unapologetically American. The Lone Star shocked Europe for breaking every design rule the continent had relied on for decades. Where European trucks focused on aerodynamics and efficiency, the Lone Star was designed to turn heads and celebrate trucking culture. It looked like a combination of an Art Deco locomotive and a futuristic spaceship. When European drivers sat inside it, the shock continued. The Lone Star's cabin was distinctly American. Oversized, comfortable, filled with deep leather upholstery and thick padding everywhere. European drivers were surprised by the massive interior space, the wide dashboard, and the luxury-focused layout. At truck shows, the Lone Star quickly became one of the most photographed machines. People didn't just admire it, they stared at it with disbelief. In a continent full of uniform, regulation-shaped trucks, the Lone Star felt like it dropped from another dimension. It wasn't just a truck, it was an unexpected piece of sci-fi America that crashed into European reality. Number 8. Kenworth T600. The Kenworth T600 shocked Europe in a different way than the flashy long-nosed trucks. Europe expected American trucks to be loud, huge, square, and inefficient. But the T600 proved America could innovate aerodynamics long before Europe even began modern streamlining. When Europeans first saw the T600, they were stunned by its sloped hood, aerodynamic fairings, curved windshield, and smooth edges, all features that American engineers had introduced to slash fuel usage across massive U.S. distances. In the 1980s, Europe was still dominated by boxy cab-over trucks. Yet here was an American rig that looked like it belonged in the early 2000s. The T600 delivered shocking fuel savings, often up to 20% better efficiency than traditional American square-nosed trucks. European engineers respected it greatly, even if the design philosophy was completely foreign to them. But the T600 still remained fully American. 15-liter engines, giant sleepers, powerful presence, customizable interiors. This blend of modern engineering with classic American power caught Europe by surprise. Many European drivers who test drove the T600 were shocked at how smooth and stable it was at high speeds, thanks to the aerodynamic design, reducing wind drag. The T600 didn't dominate European roads like the Chrome giants did, but it shocked Europe by proving that American trucking innovation was not limited to size and style. It could also challenge Europe in efficiency and engineering. Number 9. Freightliner Cascadia. For decades, European manufacturers, especially Volvo, Mercedes, MAN, Scania, and DAF, believed they led the world in fuel efficiency. Then the Freightliner Cascadia arrived, and Europe realized America had evolved far more than expected. The Cascadia didn't look like a flashy American truck. It wasn't chrome-heavy or designed to impress at festivals. Instead, it was built with clear purpose: maximum efficiency across massive distances. Europe was shocked by its advanced aerodynamic, its highly refined Detroit DD engines, its quiet insulated cabin, optional hybrid and electric powertrains, computer-optimized transmission, semi-autonomous safety systems. Suddenly, the efficiency crown didn't belong only to Europe. What amazed Europeans even more was the size and comfort of the sleeper. While European trucks have good sleepers, the Cascadia offered something closer to a micro-apartment: workspaces, large fridges, built-in desks, entertainment systems, and beds wider than those in many European rigs. The Cascadia proved that American trucks could match and sometimes exceed European standards in fuel economy, safety, and technology. It shocked Europe not with noise or chrome, but with intelligence and refinement. Number 10. Kenworth T600. Next Gen. Europe had expectations for American trucks: old-school, long-nose, chrome-heavy machines with big engines and retro designs. The Kenworth T600 Next Gen shattered those expectations completely. When it rolled into European truck festivals and private collections, people were stunned. This wasn't an old-fashioned American truck. This was a futuristic, aerodynamic, tech-loaded machine designed to compete with Europe's best. The T680 Next Gen shocked Europe with a fully digital dashboard, extreme aerodynamic sculpting, quiet, luxury-focused interiors, adaptive cruise control, lane-keeping assist, collision prevention systems, ultra-efficient Packer engines. It looked sleek. It looked modern. It looked like America's answer to the Mercedes Actros and Volvo FH. But the T680 still carried the core American philosophy of driver comfort above everything. The sleeper was massive, luxurious, and customizable. Even European drivers used to premium trucks like Scania S-Series or Volvo FH16 were surprised by how refined the T680's cabin felt. The biggest shock was the truck's fuel efficiency, which rivaled and sometimes matched top-tier European models. It was the final proof that American trucking was entering a new era, not just about power and presence, but innovation and intelligence. The T680 Next Gen marked the moment Europe realized American trucking is evolving fast, and the future will be competitive on both sides of the Atlantic. American engineering didn't just cross the Atlantic, it blew minds the moment it arrived. From unstoppable powerhouses to designs Europe never dared to build, these semi-trucks proved one thing: America does big like no one else. If you loved the journey, smash that like button, subscribe for more trucking legends, and tell me which beast impressed you the most. Thanks for watching, and get ready, because the next video is even more unbelievable.